Frame. It's a button. Apparently at 60 frames a second. I doubt we are though, but
who cares? They can still see us live. It's fine.
yes. Yes. I'll zoom us to the title card with a little season 2 on it.
Yes.
I've got yellow stream health now, but it's green on my end, so it might just be because it hasn't quite loaded yet.
Yeah. Jonathan Alvarez says, hey, Jonathan.
Hello. Impromptu.
Hey, Jonathan. Yeah. The video I've been waiting for today. Well, glad we could deliver. Joseph from Australia says, good morning, my friends. Well, it's not morning, so you're wrong.
Well, it might be morning by the time we end this, for me anyway. Yeah.
We're not going to be on that long.
Well, there's actually a lot to
You've
go
eaten,
through.
I haven't, so we're going to have to...
Well, it's true. What's fair, you can just jump off and I can keep chatting if it gets amazing. Because there's lots to talk about in this trailer. And we do want to do further videos. Yeah, it's nice not to get teasers and just get full trailers, because...
Well, yesterday when we were talking about when I was doing the live on the Emmett Till, I'm like... Afterwards, I thought, they always drop these things at the most inconvenient times, and I'm busy this week, and then all of a sudden this happens. It's like...
Yeah.
Bastards.
We both had to move things around for this, but we do it for you guys, the Trekyards fan base, the crazy ones like us. It's like
yes.
We're crazy enough to talk about it, you're crazy enough to everything
Captain
else.
Robert April. Okay, let's get into this. It stinks. Well, sorry. I see a lot of good in it, so we're going to talk about both, but...
Well, I've got to share, so I will... Why don't you let us know what you were doing when the trailer hit? Did I send you the link, or did you see it before I sent it to you?
You sent it to me, and then 15 other people sent it to me. I'm like, I already saw it. Thanks, I already saw it. Thanks, I already saw it.
I got there first,
Thanks.
though.
Yeah. Yes, you did. You guys are my morning coffee. Aw, that's so sweet. I must be the bitter coffee. Samuel must be the sugar and honey. Wow, negativity already. Sad. I agree. I knew they were going to be dealing with that, but that's okay. Discovery's Mighty Fine TV show, says Joseph.
For the record, love the trailer, so I'm really excited to chat about it. Like last trailer, and this trailer, better than last trailer. So good for them. They've improved even trailers. So good job for them.
So sad. I like the trailer and can't wait. Yeah, me either. I am really excited for this season. It's shaping up to look pretty good. There might be a few things that I'm not super happy about in the trailer, but mostly I had a good feeling from this trailer. I watched it a few times. I was at a auction at Sylvia's work. This is second year in a row because I get loot crates and stuff, and I don't want everything in them, so I collect it over the year, and so they have like a geek auction at her work, and the proceeds go to Ronald McDonald's Children's Charities. So last year was the first one we did, and raised over $600 for a local charity in Trekyards' name. So Trekyards is doing it again this year, and we got some Eagle Moss ships there and stuff. And tomorrow's the last day, so yesterday was the first day. So yeah, that's the thing. And that's where I was when Samuel's messaged me, and it's cool because I was just sitting there, just maybe, watching over the stuff, make sure nobody steals anything or whatever. And if they have questions, I can answer the questions on them. So.
And did you manage to watch the trailer when you got home, or have you only seen it on your phone so far?
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. I was supposed to pick up Cassie at 4:00. I arrived 10 minutes early, and then her damn manager didn't make it on time, and I had to eventually leave because I had to get back to this. So I was rushing the whole damn time. Had an hour to spare just waiting at Cassie's work, and I am not in a good mood because of that. So hopefully this will put me in a good mood. So I don't want to talk about that. So I haven't watched it since I got home. I watched it 15 times there today.
But the summary being, you're seeing the stills now for the first time in 1080p, big, detailed, to appreciate.
Yes.
Okay. How many people have we got live? We've got 67 people joining us so far. Hi, guys. Welcome. And do remember, guys, super chat if you want to support the channel, because, you can ask questions, you can say things, and boy, this is what I think you guys want to conversate about. If anything you want to say, we have to read out your super chats. That's one of the little loopholes, so let us know and Ask questions, you can say things. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing.
I like how there's a warning in the chat now. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Learn more. That's never been there before. Okay, well, this is my address, and this is where the key is hidden, and yeah.
Speaking of the key is hidden, this first shot we see the discovery in a lovely looking volumetric cloud, and I will actually be actively Photoshop improving these shots as we go to try and harness some extra brightness. So okay, well, let's start baseline. So what do you think overall this trailer, without going too much detail, just your overall vibe? Because this is the second full trailer. I think we had a teaser before that, we had a little Spock teaser. This is proper new footage in this. So what was your overall thought?
As I said, I was super excited seeing this. I saw a lot of new good things, and a lot of things really stood out to me. Even just the first time, it was a jumble of stuff. Then I'm rewatching it, I was focusing on certain things, and pausing my phone and zooming in and adjusting the brightness and trying to get some details so I knew what to talk about. And there's a lot to be discussed, good and bad. But are you scrolling through all the pictures?
I'm just brightening them so that we don't have to worry about it as we go. So your overall thought was positive, negative, but more of a mixed bag. You should see more.
More positive than negative. There's a few negatives that I see, but overall that's fairly positive.
Okay. When we get to that, we'll have to. That's a shot for my film. So I saw this and it came out of nowhere, which is awesome because that's kind of the best way of doing it, and I was thoroughly impressed by it. Like I said, I think it's the best trailer they've done so far. It harnessed, even more so than the last full trailer, a sense of adventure, a sense of energy, and they obviously use a lot of those little light-hearted lines. But this is now after some of the considerable reshoots, and you can see the amount of new footage. Because the last two trailers were very much the same, like the Battle of the Binary Star was what we saw in the first sets of teasers in Season 1, because that's the showreel piece. But now in this one we see lots of new bits from lots of new places, so I think this might reflect some of their changes for the second half of Season 2 after the other showrunners got kicked out, and so that might maybe they tonally changed it or they evolved, made some new decisions, and that might be some of the reflecting what we're seeing, maybe because new people in charge since this last trailer, I think. Yeah.
There's a comment there. It looks like hipster Spock is keeping the beard. Well, first off, this phrase hipster Spock kind of pisses me off, but he's been gone for a while, so he has a right to grow a beard, and he probably shaves it. He probably shaves it at the end, I would imagine. One of the last scenes of Spock is probably him coming out all freshly shaven in this Enterprise uniform, beaming back over to Enterprise, and that's going to be the end. So I can see him having it for the majority of this, but it's not who cares? Well, it's a beard. People can grow beards.
Well, I mean, it's just he's in the cyborg trend. I mean, he's doing something important that is very different to his norm, and as part of that, growing his beard grow just like Cyborg did. I mean, it's actually like a brother, half brother.
Yeah, and I love how he even kind of tells Burnham where it's at in the one scene. But anyway,
yes.
Yeah, he just hasn't had access to a phaser razor.
I mean, Tuvok, he had own stubble, and it was so difficult to, it was like, well, shaving's not still a priority, but it's like, if it grows, it grows. But yeah, first shot, and I got an instant sense of, this is so different to what we saw in Season 1. It's a pretty sci-fi-y, nice space shot. We only got a few of those last season, and right at the end, I was like, ooh, good sign.
And Thomas Potts throws in $4.99. Thank you very much, Thomas. It seems like Pike and Burnham really already know what Section 30 was. We'll get to that, yes. And that kind of annoys me. But Caleb Horn puts in $5. I can see the gap in the saucer with this first shot. Probably just I cannot see the gap. Yeah, it could just be the angle.
I don't think they've changed it that radically yet. I think it's still there.
Not yet. No.
Yeah, we'll get there. And
guys. I gotta say that the nacelles do look a little bit shorter in this scene. So
it's weird, isn't it? It's such an easy thing to fix, but there's a ship later on where they continue the absurdly long nacelle trend, which is a shame. But yeah, great start to the trailer, and then we get this very intriguing shot. Now we've seen this set with him every time we see him, but now he's doing Vulcan code everywhere, so we can tell these angels, these these things, demons even maybe, are really in this guy's brain. They're really affecting him. We can see him on some sort of Vidra-esque connection level, something deeper than the conventional form.
Yeah, so this looks like his insane asylum or his padded room that he gets put into when they recover him, because it is a Starfleet Voyager door.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the Vulcan writing, and it looks like a solar system kind of vibe going on there on the floor with arrows pointing everywhere.
Well, it has a vibe like the cloud
Pretty interesting,
formation
actually,
that we see them show later on. Now I'm wondering, is this because you could have a very linear Spock story where he's out doing his thing, they find him, you get a sense of the second half of the trailer, and then they work together to solve it. But what if they either find him like this and have to save him mentally, or he starts out okay and ends like this because whatever's happening corrupts his brain. So what if he's like actually like Tuvok is in Endgame, because that might be a connection. Maybe this is a deliberate thing, saying whatever's happening is putting his brain in that sort of damaged condition, and either they have to fix it, or it starts this way and then they have to undo it to tell more. Because it'd be kind of fun to have him. Well, do you want Spock to be the invalid of the season, and then break him out of that? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I think it might be related to the angel type things. Maybe he goes more insane as they get closer.
That's cool.
I don't know.
I like that.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, because they've got to incapacitate him because he's meant to be pretty smart at things. If you've met Spock.
Or the flip side is when they find him, he's like not himself, clearly, as he doesn't look like himself. He hasn't been taking care of himself. And they put him in here to keep an eye on him. And then eventually he breaks out and then ends up chatting with Christopher Pike. And I don't know.
I mean, yeah, simple answer to this why he didn't shave is because, his mind is broken at the start. And then part of the episode is to get him out of that. And then obviously we see him shaved by the end of it. But, they'll save that for the next trailer or just episode 6, because he's got to lose that beard pretty relatively soon. Because you can imagine Vulcan etiquette wouldn't let him keep it for more than 5 hours in active service. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, then we get a very interesting shot. One of the most interesting shots of the entire piece. We have Michael Burnham in a Star Trek TOS style uniform, in the boots, in the thing. Now, this could be her black leather jacket from later on, but I don't believe it is, given the fact that it looks blue. It's the exact thing.
If you look at the collar and the boots, it's definitely falling in line with the TOS miniskirt. She's not wearing nylon; she's wearing pants, but still. But you can see the boots, you can see the short skirt. It's makes me happy seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one. It's nice how the small things make you excited. And this is one of the things I think that they moved the direction for the end of season 2, where they did reshoots. They said, right, no, people have loved the new TOS uniforms. We can get away with that as the reboot look. But guys, we really need to move the end of the season. The end of season 1, the Enterprise revealed, and in season 2, they're all in TOS-ish uniforms as they progress. And so this is an example of the end of the season, because this is much better.
Everybody in the chat is saying she's in civilian clothes. I don't know. I've watched TOS, and this is exactly like a TOS.
Yeah.
Look at the black collar. Look at the boots.
The right height. The silly high height. I mean, no, everything here says TOS to me.
Yep.
No, which like I said, my guess would be that this is the end of the season, because I'd actually be given a post on Enterprise, and that's only the Connies have this costume or this uniform. So I'm guessing in the season there's this shift in costume uniform. Because 2 seasons are pretty good for one uniform. DS9 had only 3 for 1, and TNG only had 2 for 1, and they completely changed. It's the same similar uniform, but they did make new ones. So I think that'd be a nice step if they did do that uniform swap for next season.
Yeah. Apparently they're saying it's not a TOS uniform, but a civilian one. Look at the last shot of the trailer. So whatever, we'll get there.
Well,
it looks TOS to me. So
last shot. I've got all the shots, but I know she's wearing a jacket thing. Yeah, but that's more leathery though.
Yeah.
Similar, yes, but
Zoom in on that.
doesn't sit the same though. I mean, yes, that would be, I guess, common sense.
Yeah, it doesn't flare out, and it's not as light a color.
Cool, cool outfit though. Still, I would still put money on either way because both of our guts say that's not.
Yeah, I don't see that being the same uniform at all, even remotely. Sorry. We'll have to wait and see, but judging by my eye, no, it's not the
Probably
same.
is, but that could just be a lighting because there is also a light blue haze. So if you had that haze on top, it would get lighter.
Yeah, but it's too TOS blue
I know.
to match the other one. Whatever. Anyway, I'm positive. I'm hoping that they're going to change to TOS. So
it would be common sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, but if he's civilian, then yeah, she goes off in a separate scavenger hunt with her brother, half brother. Well, no, not brother. I mean, adopted brother. They're not actually related at all. But
yeah.
I don't know if that'd be an interesting pairing. We've seen how not blank face but dull the Burnham character is in terms of acting. So if you put both Vulcanists together, it'd be quite a dull set of scenes, really.
And Simon Smith makes a good point. It's a uniform. Look at her right arm in the first picture. It's very reflective. Like it's got the rank on it. So
it could be either, but that's our professional Trekyards opinion.
Could be either, but it's likely a TOS uniform. Sorry. I mean, zooming in, you can see. I don't know. I think.
Also, where the head Sarek go, literally anywhere, as we've seen in other Discovery episodes, they just can shuttle off in one-line dialogue.
Yeah.
It's fine.
He had an important meeting on Vulcan. He had to take the shuttle.
Yeah. Anyway, next shot though, and again we've got. So now is this where he's meeting her? I assume not. She's obviously in the same uniform. Is she hunting him? Is it like it's crashed or it's landed? Is where she finds him?
Could be a mind quest vision thing that she does. Her link with him or something. I don't know. Maybe that's why she's wearing a weird uniform, and I have no idea.
And I mean, again, this actor, it looks fine. I know him from another show where he actually played. You could see some Spockerisms in him, and it was nice to see him actually act in this trailer. He was more sort of saying things like classic trailer lines. But again, the Spock character is so hard to play. Really, it's a.
He doesn't feel like Spock whenever I hear him talk. Unfortunately, maybe that'll change.
But he is Spock in a very specific point of his life. Because if you look at motion picture Spock is just so cold. It's very one-dimensionally Spock, and then you look at like Star Trek 3 Spock, and it's like, wow, he's having fun. What? So there are weird times. Post-death Spock is different to pre-death Spock is different to coma Spock. I mean, yeah, this is during Mind Screw by Angel Spock. Yeah. Then we get Kronos, and that was a gorgeous bit of visual effects. I thought, I love the sorts of shots where you just accept it, just nope, yep, that's just a location. Like, I don't know. Although it could be anything if the color wasn't red lighting. It's a little bit generic, but I think that's cool.
Yeah, I do like the tie-in with the shape of the windows, though. How in the TOS, everywhere you look, you saw that kind of shape on the wall behind people.
That's a nice reference then.
It was a nice visual tie-in for me. I don't know if it means anything, but
didn't pick up on that. Cool. And then we have back to the place where we saw L'Rell and Tyler Vock in the trailer, the other trailer. Although they are fighting non-head Klingons, which I thought was interesting. I was hoping to glean more out of these.
They're wrestling control back from the new Discovery Klingons, taking out at one of the houses that is not cooperating.
Oh, you can tell they still want to war because they've still got hair, or not hair. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping to get more from these, but looks cool. Again, I like the costuming. It's more civilian-y Klingon-y, but that's the point. Although they still have their really, really poor batleth design. Really, literally designed to be used to kill a dude once.
It looks ornamental, and it looks like it would snap if it actually went up against a real batleth, because it's just not sturdy.
Yeah, it's not a war batleth, it's a ceremonial. No, certainly. And then we got again Burnham is in her. This is the jacket, and it's black. It looks like a rough black, very leathery, very Vulcan-y.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got this collar.
Well, it's got that stupid asymmetrical collar like the rest of the Discovery uniforms for some reason. Just it's the other way around.
Yeah, it looks better here though.
Yeah, it does. But it's not the same as the first uniform.
We have another indication there.
Just don't think so.
That leather again, yeah. Another indication there. Look at the gorgeous Discovery. Now, not the Discovery itself, just the shot composition. It's like they finally cracked it. Make nice space shots, bright, colourful, spacey.
And the classic: see the planet, see the ship in orbit, cruise by the camera. Yeah.
Like there's nicer shots in this teaser than there have been for the entire show Discovery so far.
Yeah.
Like, not more impressive, just like, oh, that's a nice shot. Shots you want to see.
Yeah.
And almost 200 people watching, Stuart, but only 2 super chats so far. What is going on, guys? You need to...
I know, right?
You know,
that's okay.
Put your questions in, comments in, guys. Support the channel, support what we do here, and we have to answer your questions and comments and let us know what you think. We do want to hear.
Burnham in Vulcan uniform. Don't know what that means. Looks like a Cylon Raider, huh? I don't see that at all. Oh, it looks like a Cylon Raider coming towards the camera.
Oh.
One of the new ones.
Yeah, does a bit.
Yeah.
And then we got the story. They reiterate the story of the Angels. Now, I'm again wondering if this is a full season arc, or because there is a line in the trailer they mention, "We really are through the Looking Glass," and that's a direct line from DS9 through the Looking Glass. So I'm assuming that's the hint, and I guess I'll briefly skip to that because I want to know your thoughts on this. Just get a nice little Giorgio picture. I'm assuming that we do go back to the mirror universe or some mirror. Maybe that's a part of the key. Maybe that's why she goes off with Spock alone, and she's in the shuttle when she says it, and that implies she's with Spock because we see this in the same sequences. So what do you think? Do we go back to the mirror universe? Is that because Giorgio might want to go back? Is that going to be part of this season? Do you think?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't. Richard Kennedy throws in $1 or £1.99, reporting for duty.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard. About time. You're late. Oh, and we're guessing Spock is in episode 1 or 2. I think he might show up in episode 2 or the end of episode 1, as like a look at Spock and then credits.
Yeah, my guess is end of episode 3. But as like a signal and they properly see him. So I think they'll save he's in the storyline full time for mid-season break. They can build up to it. That's if they want to have like a nice long arc with it. Less if they are not. Yeah. But you don't think mirror, because that line that's such a specifically sounding reference to the mirror universe, and we've got these, I guess especially with Lorca and things, there's things that are yet to be concluded, I guess, with that. I mean, as someone said in the chat, it could be Mirror Spock. Seems a bit odd because I don't know, but
I want to skip the pictures of Saru and the red glow and all that because it's the angels or whatever, or the hologram they're looking at. But the next one with the view screen, you got some nice red and yellow, which you saw in Lorca's ready room, to kind of tie into TOS a bit. But the lower screen interests me because it says the East Fork Presbyterian Church.
Yes.
So that's where the attack is happening, where it looks like just generic army guys from present day are getting attacked. So that's an interesting little note with that that screen capture there. I never noticed that before. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah. I tried to get every possible informative screen cap out of this trailer. Now, remind me, where is
Joe Wright put in $2. How do
Oh.
we do direct to PayPal super chats with questions? Just say check PayPal, and then we'll take your question.
Because you are right, Jill. Then if you just send the super chat to PayPal, then we get 100%, which is pretty amazing, and we will then be monitoring that. Although it's just monitor it this time because I'm doing the chat stuff. Yeah, it's amazing. Real soldiers, which look modern. Now, could this be indication of time travel? Could this be an indication that maybe the Angels are across the universe, which is why the Klingons and the Federation both see them, and also cross time? That maybe that footage has been unearthed, or they're searching the database and there's this one footage of, because it's such a.
Well, it does say Federation Archives, and it looks like a historic event. So could just be something that happened back in 1996 or something.
in the second eugenics war, yeah, that'd be kind of nice reference in the eugenics war. Yeah, and the Angels of there, because they said they specifically called out. Spock said that he saw a horrific event. Like the Angels sent that to him. So that's, now we know why he's being pulled. He saw something horrific, and they do mention that these things might try and kill all life in the universe. Classic old plot.
Yeah. Caleb Horn puts in $2 and says, "Didn't see much of the Hiawatha crash in this." Well, that's true, but I mean, we saw a little bit of that in the last trailer. So the Hiawatha is the one that looks like one of the ships from Star Trek Armada that was crashed. That's where the other engineer lady comes from.
Mm-hmm. There's one frame from that, but I think again they've now got more footage to use, and they've also done reshoots. I think because you're right, that lady's not in this at all. But they had 6 episodes of the old guard, and then so I think the tone might change actually. Maybe from less funny, more sci-fi. But I do think the Angels might then be a thing throughout time, because I did say early on that they do take a more religious stance on this season to try and play into those interesting parallels. So what if these are Angels of Death that we've seen throughout all of time? Maybe they could even be super canony and say, at the very start of the eugenics war, the first they mention whoever did that. He says in his personal journals, "I was visited by an angel of red death, and it told me to start this war." And they're like, "Oh, that would create some kind of interesting conflictual." Because there's very nice ways you could make it canonized, like throughout the universe. Even to in Klingon lore, the first creature to come to Kahless and start to Molor, and he was the one that started the conflict with Kahless because the angel told him to. It's like, could be kind of cool.
Thomas Potts throws in $1.99. Thank you, Thomas. Lower singing is causing people to see red angels. that would do it. That would do it, especially when Anti-Trekker slows it down. And don't do that. Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, then we have, and it's interesting that we have. I do get the sense that Pike's going to be very much the man in charge for most of this season. He's just slipping right into that role of natural commander.
There were some good Pike scenes and good Pike quotes in this, so yeah, absolutely.
It shows you how, in contrast, he's so much better than Lorca and Giorgio combined. It's like how it shows you how poor they were both written as Federation captains, and he literally, within 2 trailers, is better than both. It not saying much, neither of them very good as Federation captains, but, instantly. It's a good job for this actor. And then you have Spock talking to Cornwall, so she is definitely back. She's definitely here. And this interesting read just to the sick bay, but I don't think it's not necessarily trying to be Discovery sick bay, because there's other things in this room that I would say were
maybe it's Enterprise sick bay, or maybe it's one of the labs aboard Discovery.
True.
It better not be the Enterprise. That's all I'm saying. If it was one of the labs on Discovery, I'd be fine with. It's fine.
But he does seem to get Discovery, and he seems to be able to talk and be fine. So I guess he's not having insanity.
The Red Angel is Zathras. What is Zathras?
Zathras is the funny alien from Babylon 5, who's one of the caretakers of the Great Machine, which is the planet that the station is orbiting.
Well, it's clearly not that, though.
I mean, could be. Then you get, again, more beautiful space shots with the red. And then Burnham pointing a gun, all pointing a gun at...
And she's pointing it the right direction. Yay!
Yeah, and guess who's here? It's someone that has been spoiled many times. That's fine.
On a medical transport or medical shuttle, it's worth pointing out as well. Interesting boots. I don't know why Section 31 would recruit her. I hate her character. I just don't want to see her back. But whatever. It's fine. And then let's show off my pretty badge to everybody. Look, guys. Burnham. You seen? Guys, look what I'm a member of. A secret organization. Really? And this is where, it seems like Pike and Burnham are both like, oh, yeah. Covert ops. Good job. It's like they know all about Section 31.
Yeah, this tonally was a weird shift. Now, Pike's face is like, cool. Burnham's a bit more concerned, but I guess she does know her more. And Georgiou's like, I just have fun. Pew, kill, kill, kill. Now, I'm guessing...
I have a license to kill now. I'm a spy, basically.
Yeah, she seems surprisingly well-centered. Now, I'm guessing that potentially... I mean, okay, so in the Stargate universe, the best cover story for the Stargate is a fictional TV show called Wormhole Extreme, which they say is what ripped off... They say anyone who claims the Stargate program exists is basing it on a show they saw. So they create... So what if then, in this point in the timeline... Because people do know the word Section 31, if not its true meaning. So maybe at this point in the war, people have heard of it as they say, a surveillance, covert. The meaning of it is not understood, but because if people don't know what Section 31 was as a concept, it's like the MIB. You still need to show the badge and sense of authority. Otherwise, if you came on saying Section 31 and they say, "I don't know what that is," you have no rights. Like, at least if people knew they were special forces. Because, again, we saw the black badges on Discovery. It's not as if they're trying to hide. So there's certainly a publicness to them. So what if, there's this out appearance of it in this timeline, this part of this timeline, which is just the covert spec ops. And she knows, obviously, more about that. And they're just like, oh, wow, you're one of those? That's weird. And Burnham's like, geez, really? Okay.
Well, Burnham knows she's the Empress. Pike doesn't, probably. He thinks she's Captain Georgiou. So the concerned look on Burnham's face is perfect for that.
I'm surprised they show her being brought in so quickly. Which episode do you think she's going to come in?
Episode 1.
Oh, really?
Episode 1 or 2. I think so, yeah. It's just, we got to go find Spock. Well, we've got some special help coming. What? Yeah, it's on the shuttle bay.
It's been 4 weeks since Kronos. She's a changed woman. No. Then we've got this
hand.
Yeah, with a Saru probably, and it's ink monster hand of death doom thing. It's a thing, Stuart.
Yeah, I don't even know what to make of it. It's probably one of those angel things, just without the red glowy bits.
But is that not too much of an easy giveaway if they're showing us a real look at it straight away?
Well, it's not really a real look of it at all. It's just...
But it's the Jaws effect. We now have something to rationalize it. Whereas it could be an interdimensional life form. It could be a pure energy of light. Now you've given it a corporeal something. The mystery is less there.
True.
Venom. Yes, Venom, yeah. Astra. Yeah, that's
And it's not Saru, because by the next picture it's a different Kelpian by the looks of it.
It looks like Saru to me, but I'm open to either way. We've now got new masks from the last one. I think it's Saru, but that's me.
It doesn't look like him to me. I mean, I can. Yeah, maybe it's hard to tell.
If we go at the end, though, we do see Saru and Sister in what looks to be a version of the transporter room for Discovery, which I think if you skip near the end with that great grey wave of... I think the ship's been transformed, and that's an example after transformed, and that's him and his sister. So there is a sense of dark, black, evil, and then there he is being maybe captured. So, but would we care about any other, because he's the only one off his planet, probably. Oh, unless that is unless you're right, that someone said, unless that is the creatures that have been taking his race, and it's just a follow up in that subplot. That's just who's been taking the race.
Unless this is a scene or a flashback from Giorgio's point of view, talking about the mirror universe and how some black creature that infiltrated the mirror universe, and this is one of the Kelpians that was stored for food. So that's why they brought her on board, because she's aware of these creatures, these angel-like creatures.
That would be smart. Yeah, actually.
Edwin Champeau puts in $2.79 Canadian, so thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. No, I like that, because Giorgio has a lot of skills, but surely yes, the reason she was brought in for the mirror universe to help with the plot to destroy Kronos is that she's already done it once. Yeah. She knows the Klingons more than anyone else in that timeline. So yeah, I could certainly buy that she's been brought in more to help, because yeah, she's got a whole universe of expertise, and she's the Emperor. You'd assume she'd be up with all this stuff. Okay. Yeah. Possibility.
It's just weird to see a Kelpian chained up that doesn't look like Saru. If it's Saru, I get it. But if it's not him, then it's like, might have been a mirror universe thing. Now, the next picture is intriguing. We see a ship, another ship.
Yes, this made me happy.
Caleb Horn puts in $5. Thank you very much for the super chat.
Thank you.
Something that disguised itself as his sister, like the salt vampire.
Possibly.
Could be, yeah. So yeah, this ship, it looks Federation, but at the same time with the configuration of it, and I can't really see the nacelles because they're like blocking out the Discovery nacelles, and they look short. So it almost feels like a Romulan design. It feels like a Romulan bird of prey.
Oh no!
Look at the configuration.
No, it's true. This is the what's it called? It's the Emmet from Enterprise. It's the pointy ship, one from the tile sequence. It's literally that ship. It's all the same pieces in all the same places. It's just reframed a bit.
The nacelles aren't long enough.
Oh, well, no, I actually got a picture later on that shows how humongously long the nacelles are. The nacelles are huge. Like the Discovery is stupidly long.
Oh, okay. Actually, I can see them now. I can see the Discovery nacelle behind them at the end. I thought that was all Discovery nacelle.
No, they're absurdly long.
For some reason.
It literally is.
Okay.
And I was really happy with this. It's like they're finally using the Trek canon. This is a pretty good version of the Emmet. Like, it's funny, we saw all these cool designs in Discovery and a lot of crappy designs in Discovery, but no versions of the old ships. And this is clearly, like, even so much of the bridge module is there. So, yay, we're seeing older designs back again in a new way, and they can sell more Eagle Moss. Yay! That's why they. Can you imagine though? At this point in the show, enter Starfleet ship. Ooh, should we use one of our existing 30? Nah, let's design a new one so we can sell more. Yeah, and the dumbasses will buy it. It's true though.
Well, we will.
We will, because it's actually one of the more interesting. Yeah, and we will do a further episode on talking about this, because I'm going to mimic the angle and show you the parallels. This is a tease, because boy, I was happy to see that. And then
actually, I can see CBS saying, no, we're going to use ships we already have, because we don't want Trekyards making another video about a new ship.
It's too much press they give us. Yeah. Is it Section 01 ship? No, and I'll say why in a little bit.
All right. So the next scene.
Yeah, this is interesting, because is this the Discovery briefing room? Is this the Enterprise? I think it's the Enterprise briefing room, because there's a lot more colour.
Well, it's definitely not. It's definitely not Lorca's ready room from the Discovery, because it's way too big and shaped differently. It almost looks, the left-hand side almost looks like Captain Giorgio's ready room from the Shinzo. It does. Yeah, the Shinzo one was a lot longer.
Could just be a redress.
Gareth Fairclough puts in £2.
Hey,
yay!
Thanks, sir.
Cockings 2018.
I just want good ships.
And Jill Wright puts in $2 and says, "Is Vockler wearing a black badge there?"
I just like calling him Tyler Vockler.
It actually looks like he is wearing a black badge.
Well, I'll zoom in a mo. Well, this is interesting. Obviously, we saw him in the uniform. Oh, there he is. We saw him in the uniform.
It looks like he's wearing a Section 31 badge.
Let me zoom in.
Zoom in on that.
Zoom and enhance. There's so few pixels. I'm not going to put my money on. I don't think he is, given the fact that he's been in Chronos for the entire time. So I would stake
Look
my.
at it. It looks.
Yeah, but the silver's on the
I'm
wrong
zoomed
side.
in. It looks like it's a black badge with a white a reflection on the left-hand side. And it doesn't match their badges at all. If you look at theirs,
well,
it looks like a Section 31 badge.
No,
Jill is right.
No, but he's wearing a different badge in his tack armor later.
Okay, we'll have to look at a picture later.
Yeah, like I say, I would assume he's now an envoy, a diplomat, something in between. Because he wouldn't be given a uniform, an actual ranked uniform. You would think if he was still considered the traitor, he is, sort of is. But I wonder where this is in the season, because I'm assuming this is near second half. I'm assuming because he mentions we've known about these, but like Klingons know about them. Is that he's been playing by Section 31 and they know about it? Such a quick moment, but it's like this is quite a big thing. It's like, well, is this on the Enterprise? Is this on a new ship? Is this on a space station? Is this? Why is?
But there we see the red things that are cropping up across the galaxy or whatever, and you can see the locations.
I'm assuming this is after L'Rell learns about the stuff, and she sends him there to make peace and to deal with this, because that should be. I mean, I'm hoping the Klingons are an interesting subplot this year, far more interesting than last year. I'm hoping, crossing fingers. Then we've got the only shot of the crashed ship in this trailer. There it is. There you go, right there.
Oh yeah, you can see it. Yep.
It's literally the only shot from the trailer, but that's fine. We got mostly this stuff in the last trailer, so I'm happy we're getting new stuff. And Stamets gets some weird feeling lines.
Mm-hmm.
Feels a bit. Well, where is his character going to be? Wait, is he comed or is he okay? I forgot. The end of the last season.
Is he what? He's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, he's fine at the end. I just want to jump to the next picture, and I think I'm not too big to admit that I might be wrong, but I might be wrong, because this looks like the black leather uniform on the same planet with the same shuttle that was behind her in the first scene. So it doesn't look TOS here. It does have that leather feel to it. So I could be wrong about the TOS thing, guys. I capitulate that.
Hey, we're just going by the shots.
Yeah. I had my hopes up too much for the blue miniskirts. Yeah. I apologize.
Well, it's the obvious thing to do, because Discovery uniforms are less good in every way.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it definitely looks darker and black and leathery there. So
look at the massive tanks of oxygen.
Well, I know, but that's cool though. That kind of ties in with TOS shuttles and stuff.
So is this her mode of tracking down Spock? Does she realize that she needs to go it alone to outthink him? That he wants to be ahead of her, she has to go it alone? Or is this she's with him trying to find something else because we saw them together on planet? What do you think? Is she hunting him? Is it while they're working together? Because she's in civilian now, did she have to leave to find him?
I honestly don't know. I think Giorgio comes aboard with Section 31, decides to take Burnham with her, as she knows Burnham from the Mirror Universe. And so because she's working for Section 31, they want to not, I don't know. I think that's what happens. And this is when she finds Spock, I think, for the first time, because they're talking on the planet later, or in the other scene. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess this is second half of the season, because now they've got this footage that they end up doing this mission together. Has to be off the record. She convinces him, or he convinces her, to trust him, and because you can imagine family is really important, and the Discovery is sort of half her family, but also just got crippled in the last. She was Shinjo family. They, a lot of them died. Discovery family, but then they, Mirror corrupted. But if Spock, your actual family, who you've known for your entire life, from 6, whatever, says, come with me, be kind of nice, they do a mission. And then that would allow Stamets and Tilly to have their weird side plot, because they were clearly doing stuff together this year. So, splitting up the teams, and then you can have Saru and Pike. So you might be able to have those multiple arcs at one point where everyone has to do different things. That's my guess.
Yeah, I can see them splitting things up like that.
And you have the pinch scene again. Then you have the Tilly shot.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry, Stuart.
Oh, so we saw in the others. We saw in the other one where he has a machine and it pulls it out, and later we see the machine with the little ball in it. So that's. But yeah, she doesn't look very good there.
Thoughts?
Looks like she's getting attacked by a tar monster or something. I think it's the negative energy from one of the angels that they perhaps contained, that somehow attacked Tilly. I don't know, because they are in the spore room there. Looks like. So could they trapped it in the spore containment unit where Stamets is, because it's the most.
Well,
I don't know.
If we cut to near the end, actually, that's a very interesting hypothesis, because we do see the spore containment facility all filled with something. You assume it's mycelium, but if they can't use the mycelium spore, if they can't use the spore drive for transportation, how else could the mycelium be useful? Because they can still use the spores. They can still get the spores from that planet. So what if the spores can tap into the network that the angels are on? Because then you would at least.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason they need Discovery, is because they need to. Well, these things are so far apart. Gareth Fairclough puts in £2 though and says Tilly is Armis. Confirmed. She killed Tasha, and she kills Tasha in the future because she's jealous of her. That's what it is.
Yeah, that had crossed my mind. No, but I love that idea though. That okay, now we have a reason for the Discovery being important. You're the only one that has a spore engineer on board, so therefore, this super advanced race. Because they shouldn't spore drive again. I think that should be the outlawed. What if also the angels? What if by doing stuff with these angels that they like cut off access to like they disable the link between conventional matter and the spore network, so therefore you can still connect in other ways, but you can't spore drive ever again. That's how they kill it.
I could see the angels being upset that they were jumping universes, and that's what's brought them about. Yep. And they're starting to infiltrate to stop this technology, perhaps. Yeah. Maybe. Jill Wright puts in $2 and says that's the big green spore from season 1, all grown up.
Mm-hmm. We'll get into that in a minute, certainly, because there's a picture where that's. Yeah. But that'd be fun if maybe the angels are actually the custodians of the spore network. They're living embodiments of that. Because it'd be nice. That would kind of work as a 2-season arc then, if by the end of season 2, you lose spore forever, but it also solves the problem of this season.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you have mycelium spores, you connect. Like that'd be a sensible way of losing that ability.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
And then that would be the same for why Voyager never tried it, because they know that it's not the technology doesn't work, it's that the network is magically by aliens, cut off from our plane. So it's like you could never use it again. It's not the technology doesn't exist, it's that the link to the network is broken. That would be I would be satisfied by that, because yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have wormhole aliens, why can't you have spore drive aliens, spore network aliens? Why can't you have normal things? Let's go back a bit. So
the next pictures of.
Well, no, hold on. Okay.
Pictures of Ash on the.
No, hold on. Sorry, to what Jill said. Or is this a horrific way of birthing, of creating Hugh, of using her life force to create the Hugh?
The Hugh. Oh yeah.
Because we know we know the green spore. We know he's
this
back.
could be completely unrelated. Yeah, this could be completely unrelated to the main plot of the angels and things. Absolutely. Just thrown into the trailer just to confuse us, and so they can all watch us speculate and laugh at us. These idiots. But yeah.
And
no, Tilly is Armis. Yeah.
And then obviously, now this is the new badge. If you look at him, I don't know if he's got this weird Federation badge, which isn't Enterprise badge. It's a circle badge, which is blacker, and it's got it's got a symbol with a black piece. But I don't know if that Discovery has a black piece, but it's the Federation logo. So he's not wearing a Discovery badge. He's wearing another badge. Why I assumed that he might be wearing that badge in the previous scene because he's now wearing a different badge on his combats.
So, like you said, a Federation envoy or an ambassador of some kind.
We'd assume
John Harrison puts in £5.
Thank you.
Idea for you: what if Discovery gets refitted and it's the Discovery Alpha? Also, hashtag bring back Sylvia, Mr. Foley's wife. She's at work, so.
Yes, Discovery refit. Fix the design. Shorten the nacelles. Close up the hull. Change the paint scheme. You're pretty much done. There isn't that much. Oh, and give the nacelles a slant. That would be so much of a simple fix.
Yeah.
Because they could say at the end of season 2, oh, we've now got the Warp 8 engine. And Pike's like, well, I'm leaving, but you guys need to go for a refit. It sounds great. We've already got it, because you know what? We've had Warp 8 for bloody years. I know I was channeling George Takei there. But yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, and Jade the Dog 84 says it looks like a Starfleet Command badge, and it does. Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so next picture, Stuart, is the Galaxy class. Now, what do you think this means in the show, if you had to guess?
Well, it's the Galaxy class, but not the Enterprise, so I don't know.
But if you had to guess, what do you think? Humour me for a second here, Stuart. In the context, because it's in this folder.
I was wondering that when I saw it. I'm like, is that supposed to be there? I have no idea, my friend. I can't even humor you because I have no idea where you're going with this. You usually do this kind of stuff and put me on the spot. Usually I have something I can say. I no idea. None.
Time travel, maybe, yes. Maybe Enterprise. It's not the Enterprise D. I don't know which ship it is. Maybe they.
It's 70837. So
it's a sign they've fixed the timeline by bringing back Galaxy class, and it's Q, isn't it? I don't know.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
Do you know what this is?
No.
I accidentally took a still of a shot from Temporal Anomaly while I was getting the stills for the other things. So this is a brand new still of a shot that I remastered today of the USS Galaxy in a close up. So
nice.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. It's
totally unrelated.
Yeah, I just didn't know until literally. But I want to see what the chat's response was because I was hoping you play along with it and have people like, what do they think?
Well, people were asking in the chat. I saw, is that supposed to be there?
I thought it'd be funny. I didn't mean, but yeah, sorry, but it's there. Next picture, Pike doing great. Pike is really on fire in this. He's really impressing me. Yeah.
Never noticed it. Looking at his collar, it looks like it says Borg.
What?
Looks like a B-O-R-G in his collar. The silver.
Oh yeah. It's foreshadowing, Stuart. It's foreshadowing.
Oh, good God, I hope not. But yeah, that was a great Pike scene for sure.
Yes.
I forget exactly what he said there, but I was like, that's really cool.
And guys, again, please, super chat if you want to support. Let us know what you think. We're here to entertain you all, and you can help the...
Yeah, but it's Christmas time, and people are tight, so we'll do what they can.
It's true. But we'd hope to, have some fun times. And yes, that was the US of the Galaxy. Yeah, because the Galaxy's cool too. And then you got back to they threw in just a shot of the episode. They pick up the lady on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit of reuse. Then we get this thing again. Although that looks like the lady they pick up actually. If you zoom in, I guess this is probably what's destroying the colony they pick her up on. That's definitely the comedian lady who I don't know, but she's not English, so.
It looks like a scene from one of the Alien movies.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
I mean, we said it when we were watching. They did horror really good in episode 3. They filmed it well with the tardigrade. Like, well done. And then it wasn't horror when you rewatch it. It's like, oh yeah, this guy was never going to kill you or hurt you. He's fine. You call him Ripper, and you completely ignore that he murders one of your chief security officers. You ignore it. It's like, oh, that's fine.
/.-121 puts in
a dollar.
Point.
Yeah.
Sure, $1.
Thank you.
Stanwitz says, oh, Joseph Petrick puts in €2 and says, I need that Galaxy as wallpaper for my 21:9 screen.
Joe, email me or Facebook me. Maybe we can make that happen. Maybe. It is pretty.
Now, the next scene, we got Pike, and then we got faceless cyborg half lady that I don't like. And I got to admit, the Discovery that's on her display panel looks very much like the Alpha, because the way those cells stick up like forward, and they're thick. Jill Wright puts in $2 and says, Vokler plus Pike in those vests is my early Christmas gift. They do look good in the vests, I gotta say. Those away mission uniforms are good, but as Samuel said, they can get stabbed in them, they can get shot in them, they don't have any effect. So that's why by TOS time, I'm just like, screw it, we're not wearing tactical armor, it just doesn't work. We're just gonna go down in our
We've watched Star Wars, we know they all die anyway.
Yeah. Richard Kennedy puts in £1.99 and says it's tight like 709's leisure wear.
See, we have to read out what you say. The away mission jacket.
Oh
dear me.
All right, so the picture after that cyborg lady girl.
Well, they mention like they're under attack by couriers or border patrol. It's like a weird sense of battle. Like I don't know. I got a weird sense from that, like they're not meant to be there, and maybe they're doing an undercover mission and they're being attacked by friendlies. I know the Strange got a vibe from like 1 second, but based on the dialogue, I can't quite remember. But oh my god,
Tilly is pretty sexy, but so is Cornwall. I'll disagree with you there. I like Cornwall's character. I don't think she's sexy at all.
She's strong. She's
I like her character.
Presence.
I really do. Yeah. There you go again, Stuart. Paying attention to details. I don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about the Alpha, because the one guy says yes, it is the Alpha. Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Yes, that's what I'm going to call her from now. Left Eye Lopez.
Then we've got this form beaming in, and I've heard some people comment, "Oh my god, who's this?" And it's like, well, it's Giorgio we saw in the first trailer.
Yes, you see the hood get pulled back in the first trailer.
And beaming in, I'm assuming to Lorel's garden, given we saw those set plans previously, and they can only build so many sets. So I'm assuming this might be an assassination attempt. Or a warning. Maybe she beams in, killed all the guards, and then says to Laurel, look, Section 31 needs your help. And she's like, you just killed all my guards. She's like, well, yeah, no witnesses. And Laurel's like, could just have asked. And she's like, nah, stab. I don't know, I bet she's going to go talk to Laurel. Because that'd be an interesting duo again, because they obviously saw each other previously, and what better person to show you mean business than show the woman that placed a bomb in your planet, who then beams into your private quarters, private garden with drones that kill people. It's a pretty strong entrance. Gotta be honest. Yeah. Then we got. I'm assuming someone jettisons from one of the flying mobile things, and then Burnham has to catch them, and that's the action beat. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would think so. It's the same asteroid field and stuff. So. And then a shot of her talking to Spock, and this is where Spock lays her down. You take everything on yourself, kind of thing. You don't have to do that, essentially, and it's good because it's good to see Burnham kind of getting talk, telling you're not a Mary Sue. You don't need to do everything by yourself. Basically, that's the scene in a nutshell. Like I said, I can't remember the exact quote here, but
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's meant to be an ensemble, or it should be an ensemble. It would be nice to see. And I'm interested to see the dynamic, because are they going to address the fact that they're not friends in the book, but they could easily retcon the book now with multiple new producers coming in and swapping things around? That can happen. I don't know.
Yeah. Edwin Champeau puts in $2.79 Canadian and says, from Southwestern Ontario, sorry, can't round up. No, that's cool. You're probably using an iPhone.
Thank you.
iPhone, for some reason, when you use that, it's weird. You can only put in like 99 cents instead of $1 and stuff. So
thanks, Edwin.
But yes, thank you very much.
I think people are talking about stuff that we aren't talking about in the chat.
I think they are too. They're talking about the sexiness of Cornwall because never underestimate the allure of a mature woman. Blah blah blah.
Oh, we're talking about Spock being okay. Well, fair enough. Next, we
It's
see
Spock telling to Burnham to mind her own business. Yeah.
Yeah.
This shot is fantastic. Of the Discovery with the tractor beams, pulling something into the shuttle bay. Beautiful.
Yes. Now,
I approve.
It feels a little bit different.
The ship?
Yes.
Yes, it does a little bit. The nacelles do seem shorter. I know they're still long, but they feel shorter than they have in season 1.
But I think what's getting me is that the coils are visible, and they have a presence. I never really got a sense that in the other season they were just part of the aesthetic. You never got a sense of them glowing power, but here they're clearly this big, strong part of the coil, and it suddenly actually adds to the Star Trek feel because these ships have warp coils. They have, like, just by making that a proper glow element, actually genuinely helps the feel. Do you know what I mean?
No, not really.
When other Discovery shots,
I can't. I was gonna say I can't see warp coils here. You mean just the glow?
Yeah, the blue glow. I mean, it wasn't highlighted in the other seasons. Let me bring up a shot of season 1 Discovery.
Yeah, they did pump it up a bit here. It's more TNG-ish for sure.
Oh yeah, but it is post TOS ship, and obviously the TMP did have inner glow coils, sort of.
And yes, that is a rock in front of the port nacelle. People are like, "Is that a tumor?" It's not a tumor. You just wanted me to say it's not a tumor.
Get to the jobber. So you're trying to say?
Car Galaxy Studios, you're fired. Evening, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Yes, you're an hour late, but that's okay. You probably have a job and a life, and your life doesn't revolve around us. I understand. It's fine.
That seems like it should. No. See, this is what I mean with the Nope. Where is it? See, in this shot, they don't quite have the same impact. They're just sort of there. Like, they are there, but they're just there. And obviously now you can see straight away the darkness of the visual effects and how crap it kind of looked in comparison to, you know, that. I mean, I have brightened up a little bit, but I mean, just the vibe, the coils, which you get a sense of life from it. And if you want
it could be because they're moving faster in that shot too.
Different directors.
But even everything looks punched up. Look at the impulse engines. Look at the front deflector bits, whatever those are on the front of this thing.
I did enhance it a little bit in post. So I guess I should turn that off for a second. But it just does feel a little bit more. Yeah, that's it without it. Even still, it does all have a bit more. But look at the clarity though of this season 1 shot of Discovery, and then this season 2 shot of Discovery. And then when Stuart gets to it in the live, look at the night and day of the clarity of the effect. Look, I mean, it's just from dark to bright, dark, unwatchable to nice and lovely. So,
yeah,
they improved.
Yeah, good point.
Right, sorry. We are at... Yes, now this... I love her goggles, gotta be honest.
Google goggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they're just safety glasses. Maybe they're nothing special. They're just the safety glasses of the future.
And it's a rock. Now, is this a rock they picked up in the asteroid field? Maybe this is part of what crashed the other ship? Because it's not green, and green would imply the spore connection.
Yeah. Kosser puts in £5 pounds. It says, "Really enjoy your content, guys. Keep it up." Thank you. We will try, and thank you for enjoying the content. Very appreciated.
So much.
Yeah. I think this storyline with the crashed Hiawatha and the other engineer and those little fighter things is a completely unrelated thing to the Spock story. I think. I really do. I think it's a completely different storyline. Whether it's happening at the same time because Burnham and whoever goes off to find Spock, or if it's just a later story point later in the season, I don't know. But I have a feeling it's different.
Yeah, the problem is though when you have the problem is Pike is obviously in that plot, and Pike has commandeered the Enterprise. It's fair. Either we can assume
Commandeered Discovery, you mean?
Yes, sorry. He's either commandeered it to go do that mission, and only then they learn about the red things because reasons, or he's commandeered the Discovery to go after the red things, in which case this rescue mission will be part of that journey. Maybe the doctor lady is somebody who was an expert, or someone who knows where Spock might be. Like, I don't see how it couldn't in some way be connected, because he's on Discovery, he's taken Discovery for something, so you would think that would be, something. Yes.
Jess Hall says, it could be caretaker remains.
Oh, okay.
I think it's all connected, whether it makes a lick of sense or not. Probably. I just get a separate story vibe from these for some reason. But yeah, could be that this is the trek back after rescuing Spock, or the trek to see Spock. That this storyline happens. It kind of gets sidetracked a little.
It's true.
Because then you still have Pike involved, and
it's
either on the way there or the way back. So
it depends how. If what we're seeing is like the first 6, and then the rest of it is something you don't know about, because they didn't promote the Mirror Universe whatsoever. That took them a completely side direction. None of us could have predicted it from episode 1. Why would we have? So if they do a similar thing, then the Spock thing might just be a red herring to get us to it's the plot. But I mean, once you reveal, because what if the Angels are just an alien race, which would make sense because it's not, I think there's implications that's just what they are. And then what's the way into stopping them? So maybe it goes from this mystical subplot to this more science-based one where everyone's now coming together and using the best skills they have. That's the second half, and then that reveals maybe Giorgio fought them and they have to go back to the universe to get a piece of technology. Because that'd be kind of cool if it's.
Or Giorgio abuses her power and they need to send her back somehow.
Yeah.
This bitch is uncontrollable. We need to get her out of here.
Because do you think Stamets could sport Mirror Universe again at will?
I'm not sure, because remember, Lorca had to do his override and enter his coordinates from the bridge.
But they have those information though.
Well, it came up as an uncompleted sequence. It didn't give them the exact details.
But they have all the information now because they've already been there and back.
True, but I don't know if they could necessarily do it. That's a good question. I honestly don't know, but I'm just saying the first time it took Lorca doing the override, entering his information, that registered as an incomplete navigation down in the spore room right after it happened. So there was no actual information that got to the spore room. So who knows?
And obviously that they did technically swap with Discovery. Now, technically speaking, yes, every mirror has been a swap except DS9. When they just went in the wormhole accidentally and then came back out, and they were just a shuttle in the different universe. So I'm fine to say they could just get to the moon. They don't have to swap with other Discovery, which has already been destroyed in our universe. But that'd be kind of cool to do a surgical mirror universe strike. I mean, talk about continuity with yourself. Because who's to say they haven't got really cool technology there? And then what if Lorca then, we find a weird, what if that creature is Lorca? Lorca in the mirror universe. He's like the whatever's left, like his vengeance, his hate has managed to let him manifest through the spore.
Yeah, well, he did enter the mycelial network, so absolutely. And
it's like a weird like symmetry of it. You have to go back to the universe to get the piece of technology to save our universe, but then you deal with Lorca sort of as well, which would kind of be weird and convoluted and not. But it'd be a good 2-season arc. Like it would actually have a payoff to set on a payoff.
But it's totally unrelated to the trailer we're talking about, I think.
But so was season 1 trailer with, they only showed the first 2 episodes and everything else wasn't in it. So they have it not showing what happens.
Let's talk about the trailer.
But they do mention through the thingy list.
I
What
just want to talk about the next picture.
Think? Am I a genius? Okay, next picture. Oh yeah, that picture. Damn.
This is an odd picture because you see Discovery like. I didn't know it was Discovery at first. I thought it was a ship coming in the saucer first, but it seems to be coming in that way, and you can see the registry there, 1031 at the top on the left. So that's the front of the ship. I don't know what's going on here. This is the spore room, but
Well, that's the feel.
there's Tilly, and is that Burnham? I don't know. I don't know who that is,
It
but
could be
that's Tilly.
Burnham, Giorgio, or Tyler Vok. Given they're all had long hair and no serious and buns. Like,
And honestly, we've seen Tyler in the uniform and
Yep,
Burnham, so
that's
it's either
what I
one of
mean.
those two. It's probably not
it's
JoJo.
not Stamets. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
Probably not Hugh, but mycelium
Yeah.
post mycelium hair could be different. Well, now maybe this is the mycelium planet, and they have to phase jump the Discovery half into the parallel dimension of the spore planet to recharge the mycelium energy, or is it just a force field that has to, or is it a trick, or is it a?
it's a hallucination from all the mushrooms they've been inhaling.
It's a really cool visual. That's all we can say. It's very interesting, and I hope it's not just a throwaway scene, because that could be a really fun little moment.
Mm-hmm. And then the next scene is Giorgio high kicking or spin kicking. Burnham, who's wearing, again, it looks like a blue uniform. It doesn't look leather there either, but.
Now this is where I'm.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Gareth Fairclough puts in 2 pounds.
Hey.
Perhaps it's the disco spore tripping into itself.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this is where I've got to very nicely disagree, because if you watch the stream, if you zoom in, on the monitors, that is the NX-01 era ship. So this,
nice.
So this is that ship, which is definitely past Giorgio, is definitely past all that stuff. So this is the survivor of that ship, and obviously she's in civilian, so it's that part of the mission. But you can see how awfully long the nacelles are, and they are horrendous. That side view is appalling. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Top view's okay, but it
looks like it's missing a saucer section. It looks like it's missing a neck and a saucer, like it's separated.
It could be a warp refitted, but yeah, this isn't Giorgio. This is something else. Now, it's like little things, but if you look at her in the second frame, her outfit, it has a very vaguest sense of Khan to me, because she's got like a glove, leather, just the way there's a little piece on it that I see like brown, like Khan's brown leather thing. So what if, if it's an old NX era ship, what if this is, I don't know, probably not, but it is, and it's a good looking old corridor as well. It does look like retro Discovery. Actually.
Yeah, it does feel older. Yeah,
it's not NX-01 at all, but it's as putting money into a retro corridor, I'll give them that. It's a cheap looking, decent corridor. But this is, we look at the ship again tomorrow. Yeah, we'll heavily look at this very teeny little LCARs, and I'll make it into like a flat display, and we can look at it in comparison to the Warp Delta, and yep, that's my life. And I'll bring you that.
We have another episode coming, obviously, guys. A few based on this, but.
Yep. But yeah,
like
cool
regular episodes, not lives, because we don't want to hear the complaints that we don't do regular content, because we still do.
All the bloody time. Have you seen our content?
I know, right?
Like yesterday,
just bonus content.
Degra, then Silent on Base Star, and Defiant, and
we even had a live yesterday talking about the new Emmett Till picture that was released.
And that went great. But yes,
next picture is from the movie Venom.
Oh yeah,
and
I should probably brighten this up, shouldn't I?
Probably. You can see like a tentacle hand. It looks like a suction cups on it, almost like an octopus.
Yep.
And then ink. It's like it's very Venom-esque for sure.
Although it's funny now I've brightened up, and you can see that now on the stream. The head looks almost identical to an effect I just saw in Legends of Tomorrow, the last episode of Legends of Tomorrow. It
looks like a scene from the Alien movie where it's like reaching out and you see the head in the background.
Yes. But it's interesting. Like, it's a cool ink. I would be fine. Honestly, I'd be fine if they were the same creatures that killed Tasha Yar. Like, this was one of the groups that went out and killed. Like, it seemed to be quite powerful. It seemed to do quite cool things. Yeah, I would be more than happy to, why not? Why not? And then we've got Pike being rather intense.
And this is probably the scene where they crash into that asteroid and it slices the hull open, would be my guess.
Yes. And the next scene is interesting because something happens in some place that causes an explosion, and it goes bright orange for some reason somewhere. What do you think?
They might have entered one of those red spheres that they were going to investigate because it
Ooh.
looks it's got some stringy like substances there, whether those are just the effects of sparks flying around and just the trails from that, or if it's actually stringy. I don't know. It could be an explosion of another ship like in the corner there.
Yes.
A lot of possibilities here, and I really don't know what to say.
That's cool. That is cool.
Jill Wright says at Gareth Fairclough, it is easier to criticize Trekyards than to create like Trekyards. Yep, that's what a lot of people seem to attack us, but that's okay.
Lots of time and effort spent. But again, look at this CGI shot. It's bright. It showed Discovery off well. Like, it's still not a great design, but it looks better in bright when you light it more conventionally. And then you got Stamets being a bit weird, but and what do you think of his haircut? He makes him look more eccentric to me.
Yeah, it's very Ace Ventura. Oh, righty then. Just see him pitch. I can see him doing that.
And he does mention that he thinks it's going to work. And Burnham's like, what? What? What do you mean you think? What? Make it work. Make it work.
This could be where they're getting Hugh back, because this looks like the mycelial network gone wrong. And he looks excited. He's done his hair up all proper because he's going to be meeting Hugh again. I don't know.
Date night, after so many months.
Yeah. And of course it worked. Yeah.
It's true. I mean, at what point does that come back? At what point is the Hugh storyline important? I mean, is it even important, or is it just the subplot that keeps Stamets going? I mean, does Hugh... Is he only, gone into the mycelium just so he can come back and know something to help? I mean, well, why else kill him, mycelial him, and then bring him back? Why?
We haven't seen him at all in the trailers. It'd be nice to get a hint of him, but apparently he does come back, so it's all speculation right now.
Yeah, I think it's safest to leave him out, because it's one of those things. It's like not having. Well, it's like they try to bullshit Tyler Vok person by say, oh yeah, the other actor who played Vok just could never go to events, and they made excuses for him and stuff. It's like, really? But they brought the captain played Hugh to all the events, and it's like he's like, why am I here? Because I am coming back, and it's like, yeah, we know now. Now it's like wondering how. Whereas it could have been cool if we'd known that Tyler. Well, I guess it's a whole reveal, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm very intrigued by this mycelium thing, because there's this thing on the floor which kind of looks like a tardigrade. Kind of.
It does kind of, doesn't it?
Just a little bit.
Looks like something.
And Ripper's gonna come back.
It could be that black inky thing. It could be that black inky thing that is now disabled, so it's not like has the spews of ink off of it. Could be
maybe
either dead or stunned.
Well, I was assuming that this device thingy that they chuck around the room hits Tilly, infects Tilly, gets removed from Tilly, as we can see in a moment, and then it becomes maybe a tardigrade, which in itself births a Stamets.
Or a Hugh.
That's that. Yeah, or mirror Stamets. He could find a way to get around. No, yeah, I meant Hugh. I'm just dumb. So many possibilities. Jeez. And then some more CG.
Rust Knuckle Iron Gut brings up a good point, though. Tardigrade likely won't be back due to that lawsuit. Not sure where that sits, but yeah.
But it is in the Star Trek Online video game, and they're currently doing DLC with it. So they're continuing to use it, and they're licensed by CBS. And so if they're in the lawsuit, then they're going to have to pay. Star Trek Online's going to have to pay the chaps. So they're confident enough to still use it in secondary media. I mean, narratively speaking, it's a get out of jail free card. It's a creature that can spore drive. So when eventually you need a spore drive, then they'll bring Tardigrade back, and it'll be great. Probably. I don't know.
Sure.
Sure.
Next shot is is the Discovery. Again, looking pretty good. Lots of lights on it. Looks nice. Shuttle taking off. Or leaving, and also gets blowed up.
Yes. Then
Or
they
hit.
cheekily cut to Burnham and Spock. Not in the same sequence, I guarantee you. Guarantee that's
Ooh.
just a clever cut.
Oh, for sure. Joe Wright. Actually, you know what that scene is probably from right there.
Which
Look,
one?
with the look on her face and Spock.
Oh no!
Right after the explosion.
Yeah.
Looks like they're about to crash. And
Yes.
then the scenes that we saw earlier of the shuttle
Yes.
on the planet is after the crash.
Yes.
Um,
Boom.
But Joe Wright puts in $2 and says that spore cloud could be the Pavian Rage. Remember the Pavians from Pavo?
No. Do you?
Exactly. I do because we just watched the episode
I don't.
again. Yes.
It's true though. It's a similar. It's closer effect than it could be. Hums. It's true.
Hums. And then there's a bright shot of Tilly with Princess Leia buns with doing a thing, and then gets zapped across the room.
But it's in a different room, so I'm guessing this is a multiple scene, multiple funny. Look, we're trying to capture this thing. Oh no.
That's the that's definitely the shuttle bay, and you can see on the left on the upper part there's like a asteroid or a chunk of rock there, which is I assume where they get the little chunk of rock that's in the container later because it's the same color. It's got a blue.
That's a
blue
good shout.
Lit.
That's a good shout, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're taking a sample or something and it goes wrong, and yeah.
Wow, that's really
there's a big chunk of something on that shuttle deck.
And actually,
but you can't see it. It's in the upper left, so yeah.
And actually, I love that because there's I thought this as I was watching, but they specifically in this shot. Now it's probably a different episode. Fine, I'll accept that. But weirdly, the shuttle bay's open, and the shuttle bay's open a lot of the time in these episodes. So what if they're trying to get a piece of asteroid or something into the bay? Or just I don't think it's the same episode, but that's really interesting. Yeah, if the crash in the spore drive piece cause them to get hit by another asteroid, and then and then the only way to get out is to work out what the rock is. They take the spore lab and that's interesting. Chain of events. I like it. Then we get more Saru, but again, I think this is the transporter room given the lighting grid we see in this shot. So I wonder, is this our hint at a subplot of Saru going back to not what his planet should be called, Kelpius, or call something else?
Kelpia.
Yeah, that's what it should be called. But or is it a different ship? Because they'll just reuse the sets, and it's not identical, but it's still got the same base patterning. You can see the walls different. So it could just be maybe the NX era ship. Maybe they use the old ship to go back somewhere and do something. Because that's their sister. I think you'd agree.
Yeah, this certainly appears like it.
I mean, it'd be interesting then if they do bump into the Rao, whatever they were called, Bau, and then part of the actual accidental, or even maybe he gets a signal from his sister saying, "I've been taken. We've seen angels and we've been taken, or the whole population. They have to go rescue her."
Or maybe the angels are the ones that have been taking the Kelpians for whatever reason. Yeah.
I mean, wasn't there Obelisk Red as well? The light beams?
Yeah, exactly. And maybe they actually find his sister captive on one of the ships, just like the other Kelpian that we saw earlier is. And the Pavians, or not the Pavians, the guys that take the Kelpians are the black inky guys. And but he realizes his sister was taken. She's like, oh, Saru, you're alive. He's like, oh my God, you're alive. And
you've been gone for 12 years. What have you been doing? Oh, just drop work. What? You didn't come say hi once? Nope.
But I mean, that kind of ties up that story in a nice little bow, if that's the case. The Kelpians, and that'd be kind of neat, actually.
Yeah. Because I feel like they've got to. Address that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, there's a shot here of two people standing in front of something, holding hands.
Yes,
Who do we think
that's
is holding hands?
well. That's in the context of the scene. That's Burnham and Stammet before they do the sport thing. It's in the
Okay.
yeah, it is in the scene just beforehand because it's the same sort of look. So I'm guessing, yeah, you're right. This might be the way of getting Hugh out or the ship out of danger. Because I mean, we know that they can do spore jumps at several meters without a tardigrade or a Stamets. So who's to say they can't do like? Let's hope we can do a quick jump out of this rock formation to save the ship. But or is this the maybe this is I mean, if you again look at the end shot, maybe it's infected mycelium. It's like not compressed, corrupted mycelium. You know, controlled by the angels.
Well, yeah, maybe the angels or these other black entities, if they're different,
yeah,
end up infecting the spore network somehow and shutting it down so that it can't be used anymore.
yeah, yeah. And better,
Oh,
I mean,
man.
or if we do that, better to destroy this, better to disable spore network than to allow these angels to kill all life. Although we haven't got the right to do that because it's meant to be all living things in all parts of the galaxy and all universes. So it's a bit presumptuous.
Well, in the trailer, they say they're going to destroy all sentient life in the galaxy.
That's true.
So,
But will Q
thank
really?
God.
But will Q
Thank
really?
God I will survive because I'm not sentient.
Canadian, yeah.
Right.
But would Q allow that to happen, given that in a few hundred years he's going to talk to, I mean, Picard, and really let, I mean, surely he would not. He's got other things he's got to do, you know.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then we've got the whole thing with the thing. We'll talk about that. Now we've got one single shot of Giorgio, and it's the shortest cut in the entire thing. But look, she's got an assault phaser.
Yes, it looks very similar to the phaser from phaser from Star Trek 3. One of my favorites.
Yep.
But it's got a longer handle like the one in Star Trek 6.
Yep. And it makes sense that they all have their own unique phaser.
More advanced tech. Yeah.
I think we're going to see a black phaser, but which is fine. The assault phaser was. So I'm excited because it was such a short cut. It's the shortest one in the entire thing. I was like, ooh, it's a new gun. Ooh. Yeah, I like it. You have a pre-assault phaser, a pre-phaser rifle phaser, and a pre... Yeah, cool. Then you've got...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burnham and Tyler. Ew. Who
Triumphant
cares?
Return. But
Don't care about that storyline. Moving along.
Doesn't he love Laurel?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Half of them loves Burnham, half of them loves Laurel, so...
Yeah, from Laurel's point of view, it's really harsh because he liked Laurel first, and that's his real body, and then and gave him Tyler's thoughts, and then now they lost, you know, boo.
Yeah, honestly, I don't care about that love triangle storyline bullshit.
You would like it in the last episode we watched. You thought it got better.
I don't care about love storylines. I just don't. It has nothing to do with Star Trek, in my opinion.
He has no love in his heart.
That's right. Richard Kennedy puts in £4.99.
Oh, thank you.
Credit your way. Keep up the good work. I love the lives, especially the episode reviews. Must use all the characters available in this chat for value.
Good man. Good man. Well, I was about to say, yeah. Did you not like the Troy Riker subplot then?
Nope. I don't give a shit about the Nzadi and them finally getting married.
Worf subplot?
That was more interesting, but honestly, I don't care. You can watch Star Trek with those parts cut out.
Oh, come on. Bashir and Keiko?
Bashir and Keiko? You mean Bashir and O'Brien?
I mean all of it was a weird foursome thing. They kept swapping partners for a bit. That's the deleted episode. That's season 8. That's the episode of season 8. First episode, they all swapped wives and husbands, and oh yeah. Yes. Then
the only love story that wasn't crap was Paul and Hugh. I have to agree. The Paul and the Stamets and Hugh relationship seemed more real and genuine to me than this Burnham and Tyler thing. It was I don't know.
Yeah, but it was so minimalist. Like, they should have said husband. They should have defined it better because that's important. Like, it would have been nice to.
Yeah, but it was more subtle. It wasn't as in your face. The Burnham and Tyler thing is just too quick.
Sure. Sure, I agree. But I mean, to other romances, like I don't know.
John Harrison throws in £5.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. Hugh is a busy being, messing around with Picard, getting slapped around by Cisco, and having sexy fun times with Janeway. Don't forget about Vosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can do a
But
lot
that's
of
in
things.
I was going to say that's in the future, but time's not linear for the Q, so.
Jill loves the Rock Burnham thing. It has potential. I mean, it's going to be more interesting this season because now we've got the assumption that it made sense in season 1. Because that's the thing, if you rush it well, it's like the Natalie Portman Thor relationship in the first movie, garbage, just
yeah, exactly,
utter garbage. But the second one, because we've now assessed it, it works better because we've skipped the start and it's like, oh, okay, there's something there because we're already past the garbage bit. So it wasn't a very good setup per se, very quick, but now we've got past it. You can sort of where does it go? But I'm more interested with him and Laurel personally.
Yeah, that storyline interests me more than him and Burnham for sure.
Well, I mean, they can't be together because she's going to die at some point because she's never in a new Trek. So I'm waiting for her to die, get killed, and then be removed from the timeline or something because she's there's no mutants in Star Trek in TOS. But Tyler, I want to see Tyler help reform the Empire and bring Smoothheads back. And I want to see all that stuff that needs to be in season 2. Embracing Star Trek canon, showing us classic Klingon, showing us Smoothheads, showing us Discovery. Use what's there rather than ruining it for all of us. Anyway, it's glorious shot of Discovery.
Yeah, I was going to say the next shot of Discovery had a more TOS vibe to me. I had to look twice or 3 times even, just look at the registry, and something looks different. It looks fatter. It looks more bulked up.
Different angle lens. It's just more of a pushed in zoom lens.
But I mean, it has a TOS feel to me.
It looks
like a
real
starbase in this shot, but
it looks more real. Although I watched the shot a few times and thought, oh, that's just what Pacific 201 style looks like. That sort of bright, real colors, like just nice. I'm excited for the beauties in this season because I think there's going to be some.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be nice. That would be nice. And then
the infamous scene of, are you smiling, Spock? Well, let's go get them or whatever. And then, are you smiling, Spock? Yes. All right, cool. Let's go.
Thoughts, TOS man?
Thoughts?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all out of context, so I can't give a thought. I have no problem with it if it's explained properly. We did, as we know, like 2 years earlier in the cage, Spock was smiling on the planet, holding the vibrating little plants. So something's going to happen with this, and it's going to snap him back into his stern, what we see in TOS, more controlled. He did smile in TOS, of course. Yes, I understand this. But he's much more controlled, I think, and a different character. And I think this is all a result of what happens here. They're going to try to be clever and say, look, we understand canon. We saw Spock like this, and now we saw him like that there, and we're going to tie the two together so you guys are happy now, right? We made you happy, yes?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true. No, I think.
What are your thoughts, non-TOS boy?
Yeah. It's an interesting direction to go in. I mean, if you're using Pike and Spock, it's a actually thinking about the canon rather than ignoring it for once, which is nice. And they can fix a bit. And not like this scene. It's interesting. You do sense a little bit of chemistry between them, but it does look a little bit too young. The actor, he just feels like 7 or 8 years too young. Now he is actually at a decent age for the relative role, but he looks younger. And Pike doesn't.
He looks shorter too.
Yeah, it looks like a dude and his dad. Like it doesn't have that. Like if you put Pike and Spock in cage, and these two, I know we look younger now, but because we eat better and we have better healthcare and such. That's why we compare the very first Doctor in the 60s was younger than Peter Capaldi, who played the Doctor, and he looked like an 80-year-old and Capaldi looked like a 60-year-old, even though Capaldi was older because healthcare and could do more. So but still the age doesn't quite whatever. But I like him as an actor, as from what I've seen. So there'll be stuff to give him, I think.
But that being said, I don't see Spock when I hear him talk. I don't hear Spock. No. I hope that gets rectified at some point. Sure, you can look the part, but I don't see a lot of Spock in him, unfortunately. But
yeah, but
Jill
again,
Wright puts in another $2 and says Spock is 27, Peck is 32, the actor.
yep.
So
Yeah, but like I say, people don't look necessarily their age anymore. No, yeah, yeah. I think again, this is a Spock that's weird. You know, you wouldn't watch the episode where he loses his mind and say that's like Spock. Well, no, it's a specific circumstance. It's just a more cosmic circumstance. Jim Robertson, did y'all see use PayPal for super chats? I don't see that option. Just go to trekyards@hotmail.com. I'll put in the chat.
it's down in the description of the video. It says PayPal option. It gives you the email address we use.
But just to clarify, yes. So if you do PayPal, whatever you would give in super chat to our PayPal at trekyards@hotmail.com, it'll come up. I've got now a screen which has our email. We get 100% of that, and we will then I'll be monitoring. So if anyone wants to give a direct thing, I will then read out their comment or question, and we get more of the support. So if you don't want to give, then please do.
And I've got PayPal open, so I can check.
There we go. Cool. So then we've got not the same scene, I don't think. Burnham, the lighting's wrong. It's just a clever cut. But no, I don't think she's in this conversation. But they just put in this conversation. That's just me.
The next scene, everybody's on the bridge, and there we see that uniform again. It looks very much like the other one in the other picture. So I do apologize if I'm wrong. However, I was hoping for TOS.
Common sense, you mean?
That's the word. Yep, but we'll go with
Because it's just weird to see him back in Discovery when he should be in. Like, if anything, he could. Why wouldn't you order everyone else to wear TOS? I mean, they make clothes every day. They can. So if he wanted this new crew to be wearing his current uniform, you know, like if you were. I mean, Worf kept his TNG while he was still not actually stationed to DS9, but as soon as he was stationed to DS9, he swapped to the newer one. But you wouldn't think that if Cisco, right? Okay, humor me here for a second. So TNG DS9 same time, right?
yes.
But DS9 had the uniforms first because it was Generations. They were still also using the old ones. But if, like, someone who just got the uniforms, a captain, had gone to an old ship, would the old ship demand he wear their uniform? Would it not say, guys, come on, we've all changed?
Exactly. He would not wear the old uniform for that ship.
I got out of this 2 months ago. You guys are behind. We've all got replicators. We can make them today. I know, small thing, but it's just hence why they should. But that's in season 2, hopefully. Yeah. Another lovely shot of Discovery.
I love how the bridge there, though, is like the size of like a bar. You got people milling around in the background. It's just it's ridiculously huge.
And we've got called out for saying, and it's not that big, and it's like, I mean, it really is though. It really is. It's a horrendous. Yeah. And they don't even use that space for filming. Like, all you get a sense of it is big. But guess what? The Defiant felt like a lot cooler bridge. It was intimate, it was small, it was tight, everything was packed. You can't see any useful consoles in this. No one can see any useful consoles. Whereas Bashir could just turn, squint a little bit, but they're all got good eyesight. Look at someone else's console and quickly get readouts. No one is useful here to anyone else. That's why in TOS, if scientists look quickly over there and see engineering, yes, I see the shields are good, cool. Like it's just an awful bridge design.
Yeah.
Awful. But it's a beautiful shot next. Lovely shot of Discovery. It's just lit really nicely. I don't know what about it especially, but just lovelyly lit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, massive shuttle bay hangar. Again, massive ship, massive hangar.
I'm looking for anything special in the hangar bay, but I don't see anything special out of place. So, and then the shot of Saru and his.
Glad we were introduced to her ahead of time, because otherwise that'd be quite, wouldn't mean as much, would it?
Jarring. Well, it's going to be jarring to a lot of people that haven't seen the shorts and can't see the shorts.
Which means it's not allowed to be jarring, because they've got to make sure it's, you're right, it's watchable without. It's very true.
And then something encroaching on the bridge, that wave.
Yeah, real interesting.
Hopefully after that wave passes, the bridge looks all TOS. And it's like, yeah, things have been fixed. This timeline's been, there's a rupture and rift and things, and yay, everything looks so odd, but we'll get used to it. It's fine.
I mean, what if the whole story is that Stamets accidentally in his very first experiment with spores shifted into an alternate universe, and now it's gonna shift back because the angels will be like, dude, you're in the wrong universe. The hell. But yeah, I think Discovery gets disabled. I mean, this could be why they leave Discovery and don't come back for 3,000 years, because that has to factor into the plot somewhere. And Calypso, the dude has to come in at some point from the future. Some point.
The canonizing wave cometh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Breaketh upon the shore of stupidity.
Yes.
And then Discovery Season 2, January 17th on CBS All Access, or your TV show, or Netflix for me.
Mm-hmm. So there you have it, guys. The trailer broken down. Now, stay tuned over the next couple days because we're going to be releasing specific short little bites, 15-minute episodes talking about specific things from the trailer. That won't be live, so you can't interact with us. But you can now, and if you want to do so, if you want to super chat, it'd be greatly appreciated for sure.
We've not had the best last 2 weeks, so any support right now would be pretty useful to sort of bring us back up to... Yeah.
It is Christmas, so I understand. But Sam Ronan puts in £2, so thank you very much, Sam. No comment, but that's cool. Yeah, and I thought it was a great trailer. It was well put together. It was very... It got my hopes up again, and we've talked about this in season 1. Every time we see something new, it's like, I'm excited. I'm re-energized again. We saw a new ship. We saw a wireframe of a ship.
D7!
I was talking about the Shinzo the first time we saw that. I remember getting that text from you going, we got a new ship. And I was like at a gas station on the 401. I don't know where the hell I was going, but like, that's awesome. I'm excited again because something had let me down just prior to that about Discovery. Just a roller coaster. Like to have seen the like what's that story? What's that Klingon storyline that's going to be taking place? We saw one scene of it in this with the Klingons fighting.
Yeah, I think they're trying to keep that low key. I think that's going to be the surprise good stuff. No,
don't be fooled. I'm sure they will. They always find new ways to disappoint, sadly. But
I mean, obviously, I've been watching the end of our last year reviews before I finalised this year's reviews, and it's been interesting to hear almost every single episode. We're always like hopeful for the next one because of the potential, and we're always because we don't know the payoffs because the setups. We're trusting they at some point lit to canon, at some point think about it, and they've almost always failed on that. But once again, we are going to be hopeful because we should be. And I just realised this splash screen has the red nebula things.
Yep, I noticed that too.
Just noticed that.
Birdo Prey 5 puts in $2 and says, "Make Star Trek great again." Kapla.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to make a hat that says "Make Star Trek great again." That would be epic, and I would own one.
A red hat.
No, I'd rather it not be red, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, this one will be better than season 1. Sure. And like someone said in the chat, they blew all their money. Which means that maybe they'll be more creative the next time. And
well, here's hoping. Usually the lower budget ones are the best.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm yeah. I was excited this trailer came out of nowhere, which is great. I saw lots of things I wanted to see, which was great. It told me some stuff I wanted to know. Great. Teased some other stuff. But also I do think it'll be deeper, grander, more interesting. But still be a bit disconnected just because they had to, change a little bit as well. But we're actually, damn, Stuart, we are a month and 5 days-ish away. That's not long.
No, it's not. Like,
really, that's not long at all.
I can feel the disappointment creeping toward us.
Well, we judge it. The problem is we judge it to a Star Trek standard. We shouldn't. That's not fair. It fails on the Star Trek spectrum. We should judge it on a generic okay sci-fi. But this year though, we were, as my dad said earlier, we were straight together because I engage them and stuff. We are not going this season with the same. We hope it's canon. We hope it makes sense. We hope it's visual continuity. We hope it fixes itself. We know they've already made those steps to break and do their own thing, which means this season, with Stockholm Syndrome in, and we accept the crappy art design, but we want to see where the characters go, sort of. Like, we've already accepted, so we're going to enjoy the season more because we're not going to be reactionary because they've already made those massive mistakes and now they're living with them, and then every step they make towards the proper stuff will applaud them, but, you know, should have been there at the start. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you guys think? Any last comments? And who wants to be the last super chat of the night? Because then we're going to close out in a minute or two. Any last questions to us? Any last?
Well, Neff said, "Get that pug a Trek uniform." He has, or she has one. The picture from Halloween I put on Facebook of her wearing her Command Gold TOS. So even the pug looks more Star Trek than Star Trek right now.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
If you want to judge your TV show on its own merits, don't name it after one of the longest running franchises of all time. Ooh, snap.
Yeah.
Yes. With a questionable acronym.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Last super chat and we can leave. 200. We got, I think, up to 260 people.
There you go. Zathras Champion throws in $2. Good night, guys, he says.
Oh. Same comment. Have a good night, guys. Oh, you got more letters in.
From Caleb, yeah. Thank you.
Very kind. No, thanks so much, guys. We had a good set of people today. And I hope you guys enjoyed the trailer. It was a good trailer. And no one should be able to, you know, complain at us for being negative. I think we were almost exclusively positive there.
Yeah, a little bit negative in a few spots, but yeah, I'm now disappointed that it's not a TOS miniskirt.
Me too.
So way to screw that up, guys. Make me pay attention to what I see later. God damn it.
And someone on Skype just sent me the trailer. Not realizing I'm currently on Skype reviewing the trailer.
Don't you love when that happens? Like I said, I got it sent to me like 15 times today. It's one of the things about being in our position. When everything new comes out, it's like usually we're on top of it right away.
Yep.
Or notice it. But then everybody in the community feels like they need to send it to us, which is great because if we missed it, it helps. But it's like, okay, this is the 15th time I've been sent this today. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, guys. We love you guys, and we love that you're trying to help us out, and I appreciate that. But it sometimes gets frustrating.
Yeah. But thanks, guys, and I guess we'll see you on Sunday.
Yes,
Sunday.
We have a non-Discovery Live that we're doing. We are talking about... Are we doing that specific thing we talked about, Samuel?
Yeah, if you want to announce it. Yes. For 191 people, which is great. So if you guys all want to join in on Sunday, it'd be great.
Yeah, Sunday, same time, 5 Eastern Standard Time, 10 UK. Mm-hmm. We are looking at holodecks. We're going to talk just general discussion on holodecks because we just filmed an episode on how they work, will that be aired on Saturday?
No. Oh, God, no.
No, okay. So we just filmed. I thought you were going to release it on Saturday and talk about Sunday, but so we just filmed one on the holodecks and how they work. So on Sunday, we're just going to have a brief discussion over all the problems with holodecks, all the things we can see wrong, things we enjoyed.
We filmed a really, really good episode, really well scripted, and we had this really good discussion, but we kept having points that we kept and cut ourselves off on because they would be longer, and we knew the format had to be shorter. So I know I'm going to have to cut out some of the bits, honestly, because it was getting quite long. And so let's talk about it live. It's a great concept, great things. We have some great thoughts about it. And everyone loves a holodeck for many different reasons. And so come join us at, like I said, 5 Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. Join us for that conversation. And, 183 of you, if you all joined in, that'd be a great community. This chat's been burning through, just zooming along. So
the chat kind of went off the rails a few times, and that's kind of funny to see. But
like
anyway,
so
yeah, exactly.
Cool. All right, any last words, Stuart? Oh, and are you doing lives tomorrow on Facebook at your event? Is that something people should look out for?
I might be. It's ending at noon and stuff, and then I'm not sure. Maybe look out tomorrow on Facebook. I might do a live there. From there, I'm not sure.
Do you want to
Depends
just
how
tell
busy it
people,
is or
remind
what's
people
going on.
again, just for the nice fact that's a charity thing?
Oh yeah, Trekyards is sponsoring a charity event at my wife's work where they're having a silent nerd auction. We get to basically bid on stuff that I've collected over the past year, from Loot Crate and Eagle Moss, stuff that put towards this charity and raise money for Ronald McDonald's Children's Charities in London, in Trekyards' name. So there you have it, guys. It's the second annual one. So it's a thing.
Win, win, win.
And last year we raised over $600. So
that's good. I'm excited to see what we can do this time around.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Alright, so until next time, guys. See you later.
Bye, guys. Dismissed.
I have to press the button, so I'm going to press it. 3, 2, 1.